Peace and blessings, y'all. What is going on? It is yours, the one and only KiMu JTD, and you are now rocking with KiMu, where we are going to go ahead and tap into them pits inside of you that you haven't really been tapping into since probably you were a child. We're going to bring that out. We're going to get that knowledge. We're going to become aware of who we are, because knowledge of self gives you power and wealth. All right, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you get notified every single time that I drop a video just for you, and go ahead and hit that ring-a-ding-ding-ding bell. So let's get into the topic for today. This is a topic that I personally got an understanding of actually when I was in the trading world, not in the personal development space world. I was in the trading world, and one of my mentors said something that was very key, because I just didn't understand it. I don't think anybody understand it. I think everybody else was saying the complete opposite of what he said, of what he was saying. But here's one thing that I realized: so many people are going through life running off of emotions. They're literally going through life and they're so amped up, so antsy, maybe even so angry. I mean, this world has gotten a whole lot angrier, and this is why we're here today, so we can manage those emotions. So what are we going to start doing? What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about becoming emotionless, as my mentor has said way back when. Be emotionless does not mean be emotionless. It means be emotionless. Just turn down the knob. Just being less emotional, and let's use emotions to actually do something more productive, something more constructive to you in your dreams, which is actually letting your emotions guide you to your dreams, putting emotions into your dreams, which we're going to talk about in another video. Spoiler alert. So let's get into our tips on how to be emotionless. Tip number one, we gotta be aware. We just gotta be aware of the fact that we are emotional creatures. I'm pretty sure even in me looking at my children, they're full of emotion. Like, they crank it up from 0 levels of happiness all the way to level 100 in like 2 seconds. Like, we are emotional creatures. Here's the thing about being emotional, is it's okay to be emotional, but being aware of our emotions when we're dealing and managing our emotions is going to be very key. Here's why: because our emotions can get the best of us, especially in the heat of the moment. Think about those times when you were arguing with a friend or a family member, a loved one, someone that you really care about, and guess what ended up happening? People got their feelings hurt, and it's like we're just trying to do things where we're not even aware of the fact that we're hopping into our emotions. See, when we are emotional, when dealing with other people, especially in a negative aspect, what do we end up doing? We end up creating more problems. So we came to a situation with a problem, and now we got more problems because we weren't able to manage our emotions. Stick to the script. If you need to take a break, take a break. But stick to the script and be aware. Know when you're actually starting to get into that moment of being emotional. Don't let them guide you. Be aware. Just be aware. That's always the first step. If you've been watching my videos, you realize that being aware is always my first step. And why? Because awareness brings a different level of understanding, and then once we shine light on something that we don't like, we can start to change the habits that we have and make them new ones, especially when you watch the core beliefs and habits video. So go ahead and go over there, click that link so you can watch those videos. Hey, did you hit that subscribe button yet? No? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that good old bell so that way you get notified every single time that I drop a video for you. All right, let's get back to the video. Number 2, always stick to seeking understanding. I can't tell you how much seeking understanding has actually helped me grow, not just as a person, but as a person helping other people. I come on YouTube to help y'all, to benefit y'all more than I'm here to benefit myself. I could do this all day.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
Seeking understanding is probably one of the most powerful tools, because even if we're talking about on a spiritual level, the highest level of the human consciousness is just being able to understand. When we're in a space of constant understanding, we're in a space of constant evolution, because we can now see and understand what it is that somebody else is thinking. What is their thought process? How did they come to this conclusion? No, I may not agree. I may completely disagree, but that doesn't matter. How they think is how they think, and that is why we're here. To not think the same. In some cases agree, but definitely to have an understanding, because if I have an understanding of what it is that you're saying in regards to a problem, guess what? I can figure out how to help you. I can say, I don't understand, like, what's going on? And I don't have to go understand. Look, I grew up being completely misunderstood. I'm still misunderstood till today. That's perfectly okay. But it makes a big difference when there's somebody who I am navigating with in life, whether it's romantic, whether it's platonic, whether it's family, friends, whatever. It makes it a whole lot easier on both of us when we're just like, well, you know what? I don't understand, but I trust that whatever you're saying is going to help benefit you and me. And we may agree to disagree. Tip number 3, as I said in the previous 2 tips, and you might have caught it, you don't have to always agree. That's not necessary for managing emotions. When we disagree with somebody, usually it's because our ego gets in the way, our ego might get hurt, and all of a sudden, we're just in a space where, oh, I feel like I gotta fight for what I believe in. And no, you don't. My stepdad taught me at a very young age. He told me at a very young age, and he continued to say it throughout my life. Hey, Eric, you don't have to agree. But what is key is that you stay grounded in what you believe in. We're not here to agree. I'm telling you this myself. There's been plenty of situations. I've actually had a situation with my mom in which she didn't necessarily agree with what I was doing. I was taking a chill day. She didn't understand. And guess what? We got into a slight disagreement on how I was moving. But the issue was there wasn't a level of understanding. She didn't know that I was doing all this other stuff, and now we have a disagreement, and she's unable to necessarily see what it is, what I've been doing, and how I've been moving. But guess what? Once we had a conversation, she may not have agreed, but she understood. She stepped into step number 2, understanding. It's not important that we always agree. That's not why we're here. We're here to expand. We're here to be here and help other people expand upon what it is that they already are enrolled in, so far as their knowledge, their experiences, or even just share ideas, share experiences. Hey, what did you do? Oh, you did that? Hey, I had a similar experience in the same situation, but I didn't take it like that. This is how I took it. And guess what? Because of the fact that I'm not trying to agree and you're not trying to agree with me, we don't need to fight. We both understand that we had an experience and we had 2 different experiences in the same situation. Hey, a plumber and an electrician could be in the same room, and guess what? They see 2 completely different rooms. Why? Because their level of awareness, tip number 1, stepped into play. Tip number 4. All right, one thing we really do have to understand is when you decide that you want to get upset and you want to get angry with somebody, you gave them power that they don't deserve. You chose to give up your power as a human being, stay in control, and now guess what? You're getting upset. You allowed somebody to take you to a whole new level. I remember back when, actually in my early 20s, I realized that my relationships only lasted like 3 to 6 months. 6 months if you got lucky. And it was because I continued to be in a space where I lost control. I allowed a disagreement, the fact that I disagree with somebody, the fact that they didn't understand what I was going through, to take me to a whole new level, and now I'm stepping out of my character. For me, my character is my everything. If I step out of character, that means that I no longer have a regard in this conversation with you. I lost control, and you got to see a side of me that I don't even like. That's my shadow side. I don't even like that side, because guess what? Now I'm on a complete lower level. I'm not even I don't even look at myself as a human being at that point. I had to make sure that I keep control. I have the power. Nobody else has power over me. I have all the power that I can muster up to make sure that I am consistently being emotionless. And this is a process. Being emotional is not something that just happens. Being emotionless is not something that just happens overnight. It's something that happens after practice and practice and practice and continuing to follow the previous steps that are within this video. What does that mean? Well, if I'm going to continue to develop, I have to understand that I have power. There's only one thing that I have power over. If you saw the Eero formula, you know what that is. Only thing that I have power over is myself, my reactions, my response to a situation. If I let somebody else take control over a situation, guess what? I'm not doing them any favors. I'm not doing me any favors. I'm most likely going to end up hurting them. They're most likely going to end up hurting me because now I'm in a vulnerable space. The moment that you allow your emotions to run you, you put yourself in a much more vulnerable space to get hurt. Think about it. When you start to fight for what you believe in instead of staying grounded in what you believe in and understanding that tip number 3 really is a thing. I need to make sure that we can agree to disagree or just straight up agree. I need to also be in tip number 2 and understand that they may be different. Keep going and be in a place of understanding. That's why it's important to not let your power go to somebody else, especially not even just because of the fact that they don't deserve it, but it's misplaced power. You're putting yourself in a very vulnerable position where now you no longer have control. I know you signed up for that newsletter, right? If not, go ahead, do that. The link is in the description. Click that link so you can get a newsletter every time I drop one. Look, these newsletters are going to be pivotal in you getting to the next level, getting to your dreams, and making sure that you're unlocking the fullest potential that lies deep within you. Tip number 5. This one is another thing that I continuously say. Make sure you always have a goal in mind. I think I'm a good example, and this is because I'm constantly in a space of making sure that I obtain harmony, peace, happiness, love, authenticity, so many other things that I want to be, that I identify myself as. And these goals, this vision that I keep locked inside not even locked, because I definitely share with other people, but these goals, this vision that I keep up in my head, I make sure that I'm making sure that I take that into these conversations, that I take these into these potential debates, these spaces of disagreement, just so that I do not lose who I will be in the future. I am making sure that I am the person that I wish to be. And in me doing that, I continue to have the be, do, have formula. I have to be the person so that way I can do the things, so that way I can have the things that I want in life. What am I going to continue to do? I'm going to keep that ideology, that philosophy, who I want to be, in mind at all times. Yes, I do slip, I do stumble. I'm not perfect, but guess what? Knowledge gives me evolution. Understanding gives me evolution. And my continuous process along this journey is going to help me get to the next level. And I know for a fact it's going to help you get to the next level. Those are the 5 steps, the 5 tips, the 5 strategies that I use, KiMu JTD, so that way I can manage my emotions in any given situation, whether it's with my children, whether it's with my mom, whether it's with any friends, whomever. I make sure that I am being emotionless instead of emotionless. All right. So thank you for rocking out with KiMu on Rocking with KiMu, with yours truly, your host, KiMu JTD. And make sure you go ahead, hit that like button. If you love the content, go ahead and also do yourself a favor and hit that good old subscribe button. Go over, hit that ring-a-ding-ding bell so you get notified every single time that I drop a new video. Do me a favor and write in the comments which you would like to hear more of, if there's anything that I can help or provide you with. Hey, I look forward to seeing y'all next week. Peace.